Hey everyone, it's Jenny at GoingGear.com and I have the Jetbeam DDC10 LED flashlight here. Here's the box it comes in. It has a lanyard that comes with it. You can see here, and pretty long. You also have the information and user manual with it, as well as the attachable pocket clip, let me get in focus here, with the Allen wrench and then a spare O-ring and the screws that you need. I'm just going to leave the pocket clip off for now. The flashlight is just under 4 inches, so as you can see it fits in my hand, very small, compact. And it has maximum lumens of 285, so pretty bright for just a small everyday use flashlight. So this is definitely going to be a great everyday use flashlight, so that's what you're looking for. It's going to be perfect for it. It has an aerospace grade aluminum alloy body, and we'll just do like a nice close up here for you so you can see it, with some texture on it for grip. You also have some kind of cooling slots, quote unquote, just to help make heat dissipation more effective, as you can see there. And you have a square head because it does have a display, and this will show you what mode you're in as well as the battery life of your battery. You do have the side soft switch on it, and you also have stainless steel on your tail cap here as well as on your bezel. So for an everyday use light, this is going to definitely hold up with some abuse or whatever you may be using it for. On the tail end, you have your hole for the lanyard, and then you also have the holes for your pocket clip. And what's handy about this flashlight, which I like, is that the tail end rotates, so depending on if it gets rotated around while you have your lanyard in, or you just want to adjust where your pocket clip hangs and how the light hangs, you can have it flush since you do have a square head pretty much to it. It runs on one CR123A. As you can see here, I have one in there already. Here's the inside of it. You have a spring at the bottom where it makes contact, and then the head where it makes contact. And then as you can see on your threads where your O-ring is replaced if need be, and pretty tight, nice seal to it. It is IPX8 standard water resistant, so it can go about 2 meters underwater. If I can get this screwed back in and focused. Really more about 1.5 meters underwater. But I would suggest if you're going to use this underwater or just hold it underwater, click it on and leave it on and not adjust until you pull it back out, just to save any type of hardware that might be affected clicking underwater. You have the, if I can get this to focus, the Jetbeam logo right there. And it uses a, excuse me, it uses a Cree G2 LED light. And here's the reflector on it. It has some texture to it to break up the flow. So really easy to use. To turn it on, you just hold the side switch down, and now I have the light on. And then as you can see here, it labels it of what beam I'm on, and then the battery life. The battery life is 1 through 9, 1 being at a low life, 9 being at a high life of a battery. And then also you click it again. I've now clicked down to medium, and E is for medium. Click it again. Now I have low, and give it to about 5 seconds, and then it will show your battery life. So really handy. You always know where you stand as far as battery life, and you can also figure out what mode you're on, even though as far as seeing it, it's pretty obvious. It has one more mode, which is the strobe mode. Easy to reach at any mode you're on. You just double click it and it goes into strobe. Double click it again, you return to whatever mode you were in previous. To turn it back off, you have to hold the switch down a few seconds and it switches back off. It's also handy that you don't have to turn it all the way on. It does have a momentary switch, so you can just hold it down and use it if you're just wanting to flash it around. But when you're ready to turn it on, you just hold the switch down for 2 seconds and it stays on, and then you can just click through your modes. So very user-friendly and also helpful with your battery life. So I figure let me take it outside. Let me show you the beam on it, its distance, and what it looks like. It's definitely, like I said, going to be a great everyday use flashlight for just a few distance that you're looking at, or if you're working on your car, or just anything at nighttime, or even around the house. It's definitely going to come in handy. But let's go outside and let me show you it on. So I'm outside with the DDC10 flashlight, and I'm kind of just focusing on this tree right here, and that distance is about 100. So I'm outside with the DDC10. So I'm outside with the DDC10 LED flashlight, and this tree right here, where there's a hot spot right in the middle, is about 25 feet away from me. And then if we just pan to the left here, I'm pointing a little bit about right here. It's about 100 feet. So as you can see, your hot spot just dissipates, obviously further away. On high. So I have it on the high mode. I'm going to click it down to the medium so you can see the difference, and also the spread of the light. You obviously get much less brightness, but what's really cool is if I can get to focus here, see the battery life, and then also click through it so I know I'm on low. And that's the low setting. And I've got it just kind of tilted down. And I'm probably about 5 or 10 feet in front of me right now. But you obviously lose your spread the lower you go. So depending on what you're going to use it for everyday use, it will definitely come in handy. Then we'll show you the strobe. And you still get some detail in it, about 25 feet away, with the brightness, as well as just the strobe action. Let me double click it off, and then we'll turn it back on. And now I'm back to high. And I still have a nice crisp ring for the light. Let me see if I can tilt it up so you can see about right there the ring, but it's still nicely dispersed, so it's not as crisp, and I think that's just from the reflector being a little rigid instead of so smooth. So your light's a little more dispersed out. But for an everyday use flashlight, this is perfect. You can see pretty good distance in front of you. You shoot it down to a medium if you're working on your car or just around the house, and then even to a low around your car if you're looking inside or just something up close in general. So I'm Jenny, and this is the Jetbeam DDC10 LED flashlight. And you can find it along with other great products at goinggear.com.